Hello, and welcome to this lesson video where we'll learn about the planning process and considerations for earthwork operations and the graphical representations and information that's used in this process. This video covers the shown two learning objectives. First of all, we need to differentiate between two types of earthwork operations, structural and math earthwork. First, structural earthwork entails cutting and filling the soil around major structural elements like building foundations. On the other hand, the soil moved in mass earthwork operation is used to construct the final structure like dams, roads, and large site developments. Second, soil volumes in math earthwork operations are typically larger than those in structural earthwork operations. Third, structural earthwork usually is challenged with small construction sites and tight logistics. Fourth, and as a result, structural earthwork utilizes small to medium equipment compared to the machine sizes used in mass earthwork. The planning process is the same for both types of earthwork operations, except for some differences due to the shown unique constraints of each. Earthwork operations entail the shown planning considerations. First, you need to analyze any risk sources in the project, such as contaminated soil and existing traffic. Second, you need to break down the work scope into packages and units. Third, for each work unit and package, you need to perform detailed production analysis to achieve the lowest possible unit cost. Fourth, you need to have all information needed to understand the handling characteristics of the soil, especially swelling and shrinkage. And lastly, you need to specify the location of the soil source and disposal sites. To go through the earthwork planning exercise, you need to know the following information. You need to know what type of soil will be hauled or compacted, and you need to calculate their quantities in either compacted bank or loose quantities depending on the operation you are planning. You need to calculate the haul distances and grade for the different equipment, which are determining factors for calculating the operation production rate. The starting point for earthwork planning are drawings, which describe the evaluations of existing and new site grounds. As you can see, the red line in this cross section is the current site elevation, which will be constructed into a parkway along the creek. There are three types of earthwork drawings. The first is the profile view, which shows the elevations across the length of the project. The differences between the existing grade and the final grade indicate the areas of major soil cut and fill. The cross-section view shows a section of the project. The shown example is for a highway cross-section, but it can be for other structures like canals. Similar to the profile view, the cross-section shows the existing grade and final grade. Multiple cross-section views are provided in the drawings. Each section is made in a segment of the project with similar geometry along its length. Cross-section views are useful to get more construction details in the different locations of the projects. For example, you can know the slope of the finished grade, the existence of paving materials, and the need to construct drainage facilities like ditch line, pipes, and culverts. Finally, the plan views provide an aerial view of parts of the project. As you can see, this plan view describes the horizontal alignment of a stretch of a roadway project. Also, it shows the need to install a CMP, corrugated metal pipe, for drainage at section 7, at station 7, 700. This station values are useful to communicate the length of different project features like drainage or the start and end of construction zones. Here's an example of a roadway project that's described by a profile view, two cross-sections views, and one detail section. Section 1.1 is made in a segment of the road that is mostly excavation or cutting, which you can see the cut elevation difference between the current ground surface and the finish grade. Section 1.1 shows there are two types of ground cut operations. One, excavation between outside continuous line and the dotted line. Two, drilling and blasting between the dotted line and the inside finish line. You can also see a corrugated pipe culvert in the section, which is one of the two shown in the profile view. On the other hand, section 2.2 is made in a fill segment of the road, which also has a corrugated pipe culvert. Section 3.3 is a detailed view of the corrugated pipe culvert shown in section 1. To visualize this culvert pipe, the different aggregate filling around it, and the roadway asphalt section. This is the end of this video, where you learned about the process for learning earthwork projects and the different information you need in this planning process. The next lecture video will explain some example quantity takeoff calculations that are performed when planning earthwork operations. Thank you for watching and enjoy your day.